I can't believe this is me winning. Do you know what I mean? Like, just seeing, because it has the names in the TV, and it has best actor for television, Lewis Gribben, and to see it on the BAFTA TVs, it was just like what?
Oh, I never thought in a million years that I'd be up here, man. I want to thank the whole of Clerkenwell Films, Gavin O'Grady, Emily Harrison, Petra Fried, Samuel Bottomley. He's an amazing actor. Go see How to Have Sex. A brilliant actor. He's so sick. Just to to my mum and dad, I have to thank them because I get mad if I don't thank them. They're brilliant. My mum really encouraged me to become an actor, and she just got me where I am today, so I wouldn't be here without my mum. And this is dedicated to all the outsiders, to anyone who feels like an outsider, who doesn't feel like they belong. I'm a boy with autism. Like, I never thought I'd be here, man. I never thought I'd become an actor. And if you believe it, you can achieve it. You know what? It doesn't matter if you're like the young one who doesn't have as much experience. If you work hard and you're dedicated, you can easily win, like I did, hopefully. And thanks to my agents as well. Thank you.
Lots been happening in the world of entertainment. Adele is officially married. Woo! Congratulations to her. Suki Waterhouse and Robert Pattinson are expecting their first baby, so great news for them as well. But the biggest news in the world right now is Scottish actor Lewis Gribben, currently in Glasgow. Only bagged himself a BAFTA last night. Woo!
Yeah. What?
Hello. Okay, how are you feeling? You've got the BAFTA in your hand.
Oh, it's crazy, man. I just can't believe it. It's just like, it was the most Hollywood actor moment of my life. I never thought for a minute I would win. Brian, I was up against some really great actors, so to win is unreal. And for a job that I really loved, it's monumental. So can't have asked for a better time.
Congratulations. Brian Cox is like, what, 3-4 times older than you? And you beat him. I mean, come on.
I mean, exactly. Like, I think he's been acting longer than my parents have been alive. So like, it's crazy to even think, Matt, for one, that I'm in the same category as him, and then somehow I win.
Everything you said to me felt like it was so prepared. It was so beautiful, so well thought through, but it was just what was on the top of your head.
I was literally, like, I mean, I had a speech written, and it was but it was a joking one, because I genuinely was like, oh, whatever, I'm not gonna win, but you gotta write something anyway.
Yeah.
So I was just gonna be like, I was like, I want to thank God, and I want to thank me, and then I was gonna just rip off the Kanye thing of like, they're gonna ask me what it'd be like if I didn't win. I guess I'll never know. I was gonna just rip all that. But then when I actually got off, I was like, I can't do any of that. So I've got to be serious now.
Yeah.
And but I didn't know what to say. So thankfully, everything felt right within the speech, and it came from the heart as well. So it was really impactful for what it was.
Beautiful thing about social media is people that aren't there with you can celebrate and show you that they're proud of you, they're happy for you. How did that feel last night?
That was insane. Just like the amount of people that I knew or worked with in the past from a few years ago to just recently, and still working with, just like the outpouring of love from people I've not seen for a few years, where I've studied with them or been in a friendship group from like 10 plus years ago, just coming to me and messaging me, phoning me, different social media has just been like, you've done so well, congratulations, you deserve it. It's so overwhelming, because like in this industry, sometimes it's so hard to just like be so focused on the here and now and trying to like get to the next thing. So seeing all the love from everyone who really genuinely likes me and really root for me is great. So it was overwhelming.
Your DMs must be popping. By the way, Lewis is off the market. He's got a girlfriend, just let you lot know. Sorry, is that all right for me to share? Good.
Yeah,
okay.
Sure,
good. What's the DM?
As long as I don't say her name.
What's the DM saying? Are people like all of a sudden sliding into the DMs like, oh no, he's about to win?
I've gotten like maybe 6 people that I've never heard of, but I delete them as well, because most of the time I'm like, some of these might be weird. Who knows?
Yeah.
but all of them have been really from friends or family or industry people I've worked with, so they've all been really lovely.
And listen, you said some incredible things. You and I always banter, but I was so touched, and I totally felt seen as well when you said this is for the outsiders. Now I know the character of Danny in Somewhere Boy is considered an outsider, but I think a lot of us feel like that or felt like that. Was it important to shout people out and say that?
100%, because actually on the night there was a bunch of people of different, a couple of people of different colors, and people who have had family in their family who have autism and stuff like that. And they all came up to me on the night and were just like, "That was the most beautiful speech of the night" and stuff like that. And I felt, even though I didn't plan it, it was genuine and it felt authentic to them. And I think there's so many people who are not like handsome and popular and they just think effortlessly cool. There's so many like weirder kind of creative people who are in this industry, but they don't often talk about who they are and where they've came from and that kind of thing. So I felt it was just important to me to just shout those people out, because
Yeah.
you don't, especially people with autism, because you never know who's got it or who doesn't.
When you look at that, looking at the BAFTA, it's quite something. Have you had a moment at home by yourself last night when you got back from partying where you were just like,
It's a moment of just like, I've came so far, and then but it was also mixed with, now I need to prove that I'm good enough to get the next thing, and like not let this be, oh no, I can stand on this. It's like, no, I need to prove that I can do more. More kind of thing.
yeah, you shouted at Sam, who's also Samuel Bottomley, who's also in Somewhere Boy with you, but also Get Duked. How weird that you've been lucky enough to work with each other a couple of times. That's so rare. And also, he's got a film out at the moment. Also, I saw Mia the other day, Mia McKenna-Bruce. She shouted you out when we were having a conversation. I love that you lot are all this little new generation of actors coming through, working class, talented. What does that feel like being amongst all those people?
Oh, it's just insane. Just like, because I honestly believe that like Sam for me, he's a great actor, and I just think at 22 to already be nominated for a BAFTA and a BIFA, within the space of like a year of this year for two different projects, it's just like insane. So I just think like, I honestly think in the next few years he could just be in Hollywood, and I'd just be like, yeah, I was just like, I saw it coming.
Something like this happens and it's life changing. It allows people that didn't know who you were before to all of a sudden pay attention. You know, how does that feel?
I mean, yeah, it's just like, because even in Scotland, like I've worked a fair bit, and there's everyone knows, because Scotland's a small industry and everyone kind of knows each other anyway. But now to kind of be suddenly like, oh, this guy's popped up, because I honestly, like when I was talking about the underdogs, I felt like an underdog on the night, because I'm like, Brian Cox and Tony Curran are both really successful actors in Scotland and in the UK and in the world in general. So you're just a bit like, oh God, like who is this outsider who was nominated? So for me now, it's sort of like people in Scotland probably now are fully aware of who I am. The industry is like aware, so I'm now just like, oh wow, this is a bit shocking, and now it's just like, but now it's like determination, like now I need to keep proving why I could be a future face with the Richard Maddens and James McAvoys and the Jack Loudons and all that. So
That's a nice bunch of people you've mentioned. I rate everybody that you've just said. It's good.
yeah,
Yeah, no, that's a
they're
good
great.
little.
They're great actors.
Great.
So I'd love to get to their point.
I feel like
And
you
Ian McGregor at some point.
I feel like one day you're going to be in Doctor Who. You may even be a future Doctor Who. I've always thought that.
Really, really. Well, you know what? I worked with David Tennant, and that was my first TV job, so it could happen.
There
It
you
could
go.
happen.
There you go. And listen, this character of Danny is pretty powerful. It's won you this BAFTA, but I know this character's meant loads to you. Leading part, you're on Channel 4. The whole country was paying attention. Everybody, the reviews were incredible. It was received so beautifully. What does that character mean to you, and how would you feel about season 2?
He means a lot to me, because like there's a lot of similarities of life. Obviously, like I've not been trapped in a house for 18 years, and I do understand the modern world somewhat. But like, yeah, just the vulnerability and the emotional, like feeling like a bit like out of step with the rest of the world. Like I know what that's like just inherently. So like he is the most, even though he's somewhat different at times, he's so close to me in a way, other ways, and if there was a season 2, I'd love to explore what that could do and where that could go. Also, I'd be terrified because I'd be like, oh, what happens if it's a one-off? But I'll work hard. If it does happen, I'd work so hard to like keep it going and keep it the same, like improve, try to improve anyway, because it's a great show and I have to honor the great writing that it was.
It's easy to sit here and see your BAFTA next to you, and also I've been lucky enough to see all the work you've done. But this is not easy. The job that you picked, the industry we've all picked, is so demanding, so much competition, but also so many rules that no one tells you about. You just think, my talent, that's enough. Nobody kind of prepares you for what's going to come. How would you give people like a look into what you've had to do to get to this point?
Yeah, I think it's just more like, knowing that there's so many things that you go up for if you're lucky enough to get the opportunities and having good agents and all that kind of thing. But 9 times out of 10, you're just not going to get it. And it's not because, and sometimes it's because someone's just naturally a better actor for that part. Sometimes it's just there are, sadly, in this industry, politics about if you're a name, you've already got a draw, and it can come to that. At points, it's happened to me. I've gotten close to a part or two where it has come down to this guy's bigger than you. Not because necessarily of talent. Obviously, they do have the talent to back it up, but it's also bigger name, and that's what it can come down to. So it's just like you have to just keep pushing all the time and take the knockbacks and realize that when you get the right opportunity, as cliche as it sounds, it's for you. Like it came because you were the right person at that time, at that place, sort of thing. So yeah, it's kind of in a way, it is about talent and hard work and working really hard, but it's also luck of the draw.
Can we just big up your mum? Because you're very lucky. A lot of us have got mums and parents that sometimes think the creative industries do a proper job. You shouted her out last night and said that she's been such a support, and without her, you wouldn't be there and have this BAFTA.
And my mum really has always been super supportive. It's like she's taken me to theatre classes since I was 7 and paid for them, until I was like before I went to uni, which was like 21. So from 18 to 21, no, from 7 to 21, I've just done loads of youth theatre, and she paid for it every session. I went every single year, every single session, every single summer I did it. She encouraged me, and she's always encouraged me to be, to do what I want to do, what makes me happy, and if I need to work other places, do it, but never give up on the dream. So she's great that way.
I think she go through the phase of growing the hair out. I'm intrigued to see what would happen if the hair was grown out and what roles you would get.
Do you know what? In a film that I did this year, that'll come out next year, called The Damned, I have a beard and I did grow my hair out, and I look.
Oh my God! I saw that on your Instagram. That was the beard was. Who is this man?
No, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. That from when people see The Damned, if they see it in festivals like the BFI or whatever, wherever it goes, I think people will be a bit shocked that I don't have the fresh, youthful face. I look worn out.
Was it a real beard? Was it like your beard?
I grew all of that. Yeah, that's all me. You
need to join Slow Horses. I feel like you need to come in as a new character, like a Glaswegian, like.
It's weird. Actually, sorry to interrupt, but Jack Loudon posted me on his Instagram, and I'm just like, I didn't know him. I followed him. He doesn't follow me back. Jack, terrible. But he posted me on his Instagram my speech, so I was like, and I have a good friend in Slow Horses as well, so. If they're making another one, I'd like to throw my ring in the hat if they would want me.
I would love you in Slow Horses. It's one of my favourite series. I've just been given the new season and I'm waiting to press play, and I'm like, Max, watch it, but I can't watch one episode. I have to watch the whole thing. And they give you like 8 or 10 episodes and you're like, what? That's so cool. Like somebody you rate posting you and they don't even follow you, but no.
Neither should. It should. Come on, Jack.
Oh, well, you're just getting started. I honestly know how talented you are, just as long as you don't get too big for your boots.
Great reference.
You. Listen, always an absolute pleasure. I hope you continue to do these little chats.
Of course, man.
With you. I can't wait for a red carpet moment. I think I'm probably going to be like, hell?
Oh, are we bizarre? I was just like, there's other press. I'm like, no.
Yeah, your publicist will be like, Lewis, we have BBC News and ITV.
I don't care. There's Max.
I'm going to Max and flip your wig. Mate, listen, congratulations. Party hard. Enjoy it. Do not lose it. Do not lose it. And I just can't wait to see what else comes next. And always thank you for taking time out and stuff. I really appreciate it.
Oh, Max, always happy to talk to you.
Ah, yes.